Hi, Dr. Josh Biberdorf here with Mountain View Chiropractic. I want to follow up with you with a kind of a piggyback to our last topic. Our last topic was about cholesterol and why you need cholesterol. So there's so much misinformation out there that we're getting through mainstream media. And in my book called The Power of Wellness, in the second chapter I talk about true wellness versus dogma. And dogma is basically what we'd call herd mentality. The thought process being if everybody else is doing it, it must be correct. You must kind of follow the herd for the herd mentality. So the thing I want to talk about today is genetics. And if we look at folks who come in to see us, a lot of times they said, I went to my medical provider and they said, my high cholesterol is due to my genes. My dad had high cholesterol, so genetically I must have high cholesterol. Or there's a genetic predisposition for me to have high cholesterol. So the biggest thing I want everybody to understand is that we are all the same species. We're all Homo sapiens, and thus we all have the exact same genetic makeup. So what determines whether or not we have high cholesterol, high blood pressure, cancer, diabetes, or any of these chronic degenerative diseases isn't the fact that we got bad luck and we happen to get the bad gene. The reason why our body expresses heart disease, cancers, or diabetes is our environment. So if we can really understand that every single one of us has a gene for high cholesterol, but the only way that that gene is going to be expressed is if our environment isn't genetically congruent to what our innate intelligent needs to run on. So our genes, our DNA, is nothing more than a recipe book. And the recipe book is going to express certain products, just like the recipe is if we make a recipe at home for spaghetti. The thing we have to know is that we have to innately give our body the required needs, the requirements that it needs to have the recipes produce good things. So if in our environment the only thing that we give these recipes is real poor sugars or constantly bombarding it with poor inferior fats, eating processed foods, doing the drive-in every night for supper, having breakfast cereals that are real sugar laden. If we're giving those requirements to our body, the recipe won't express greatness. So of all the disease processes that we know of, less than 1% of those things are actually genetic. Everything else that we talk about is environmental. And there's a whole new field of science that we call epigenetics. So epigenetics means above down. So above our gene influence is what dictates the expression of our genes. So if you're a smoker, there's a way better chance that the gene for cancer, for lung cancer, is going to be expressed in your body. So epigenetics above down, by not giving your body the stuff that it needs to genetically work properly, it's going to express different things. So next time somebody asks you, or tells you that you're going to have something because it's genetic, think about asking, what about 2 generations before me, or 3 generations before me, or 4 generations? Because we know by studying our Paleolithic ancestors that heart disease, cancers, diabetes, obesity, osteoporosis, those weren't things that happened to our Paleolithic ancestors, and our true hunter and gatherer societies that still live in the world today, they don't suffer from those chronic degenerative diseases. It's not until you take the same set of genes and move those into westernized society where we don't eat the right foods, we don't exercise, we have poor mental attitude. It's when those things happen that our body expresses the gene for chronic degenerative diseases. So next time somebody tells you that you're programmed for something other than greatness, question that. Because I can assure you is God don't make no junk. Genetically, you are designed for greatness, and you are designed every day to start filling up your wellness account. If you'd like more information on how you can fill up your wellness account, please feel free to call us here at Mountain View Chiropractic, 605-791-4030. We'd love for you to call and ask any questions that you have. Thanks, have an inspired day, and have a wonderful day today.